Today, what we're going to be doing is going to be something exciting. We're going to be doing the interior for this 1.16 Nether castle gate that I designed. And I do want to say real quick, because I forgot to mention, Fuzzy Flamingo actually commented a very long time ago for me to do a build just like this for my last video. If you guys want to check it out, how to actually build this whole thing right here, I do have a video on how to do that. But I want to give a shout out to Fuzzy Flamingo because I forgot to mention that you gave me that idea a long time ago. And it took me a while because I was on vacation, but I finally got it done and I think it turned out great. But today, we're going to be doing the interior. I'm going to be showcasing it and that sort of thing. I won't have any sort of materials list or anything. I'll just show you guys what my designs were and what my ideas were, how I processed this, how I kind of went through as I began to design the inside of this castle gate. But with that said, I hope you guys do enjoy. If you're brand new, this is YoMixer238. Consider liking and subscribing because it really does help me out. And if you guys are brand new, I'm super glad you guys are here. But with that said, let's go ahead and actually start the video. I hope you guys enjoy and let's check it out. And one last thing before we actually start this video, I forgot to mention, I'm actually kind of recording this and video editing and finishing my interior design all on the exact same day. So if there's some, weird cuts or some weird noises, I apologize for that because I didn't have too much time to build this. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump immediately into the left tower over here. The design I did on the bottom when I first walk into here, you can tell that it is most definitely a workroom. I've got a bunch of tools, crafting tables, barrels for storage and that sort of thing, and some grindstones, but I kind of went for this really rough aesthetic, this kind of, I guess it almost looks menacing with all the very dark colors, the dark paintings, the wither skull and all that. But I really like how this turned out. We even used the toolsmith and lodestone as kind of like a countertop. You know what? I just thought of a really cool design too. I'm always adding features on the fly, but because the lodestone, you can actually use compasses and enchant them so that they actually point like that. I can go ahead and do that and then put a compass right here too, just for a little bit of extra spoof. But yeah. One of the main design features you'll see as we go through this build is I use a lot of black carpet, black banners, and lanterns hanging around and everything. So you will see that very frequently just to kind of tie in together the whole feel of this design and make it all feel flowing together. And I also do use a lot of armor stands. But if we were to go on the floor above this one, we will appear in our bedroom, which because we have respawn anchors, this actually is the bed right here. I used a little bit of a snow sheet on top of some respawn anchors to look like a pillow or something like that. And we got this nice overhang with the banner. So it feels like you're actually, you actually have a bed. We can't put down beds. If you guys didn't see that because the last video, I actually exploded my house, which that was kind of hilarious. But yeah, and over here, I have like a little candle. I know it's a turtle egg, but I use that as a kind of candle design, this crafting table with some item frames. And we got this cabinet drawers over here, your desk, so that you can actually get some items and store some stuff in here. And then, in your bedroom, you always have some posters or some cool decorative items. So I have these swords on the walls with some paintings and a banner right there. This is the one banner I actually used when building the whole build. It's on the exterior design, so I put that on the inside as well. And I even did manage to hide in some shulker boxes up here. Once again, I used a lot of the very black colors because this is in the nether and I did want it to kind of look darker. And I also want to say that I add a little bit of foliage here and there, which I really like how these jungle leaves look so dead in this biome. It just fits, because if you look at the jungle leaves and then look outside, it just really, really fits. It's a very nice aesthetic and I like how that looks. Now, if we hop onto the next floor, this is where you have your enchanting room. So I got my enchanting table right there in the middle with a bunch of decorations all around. This is a very tall room, so it made it so I could actually put a lot of shelves with books on it and stuff like that. And I did use these seed pickles. I don't know why I keep using these in my designs, but I think it just fits really nicely in this kind of environment right here. Once again, I did add some more foliage, hanging plants with lanterns, and I used I think that's the acacia. Yeah, the acacia sapling right there, because it looked the most dead out of all the plants that I could see. Over here, we got some books and some enchanted books on the walls with a ladder, because you always see ladders in libraries too. And we even have some barrels, so like maybe you could store some lapis lazuli up there, so when you do your enchanting and survival and everything, you can actually get that and just grab it real quick. Over here, I put an item frame with a glass pane, and I don't know why I did this, but I thought it was a really cool detail. I just think it almost looks like a weird sorcery kind of thing. I have no idea on that aspect, but I thought it turned out pretty cool. And if we hop on to the very last floor up here, this is the one I just recently built, so it's not the greatest. I really wish I had more time to add more details and stuff, but once again, I am kind of doing this all on the same day. The same day you guys are watching this video is going to be the same day I had just video edited and also recorded and did this interior design too. But yeah, it turned out pretty cool. We got some chests and barrels and a bunch of shelves, and right here with item frames, if you wanted to really, with the item frames, let me actually type item frames real quick. You can see I hung it like this so you can indicate what's in this chest. Right here I just put some apples and bread on a shelf, but like maybe you want all your mob stuff, gunpowder, bones, and rotten flesh to be in this chest. And yeah, I don't know why I put this ender chest here when you can't open it. Again, this was kind of on the fly. Maybe instead of doing that, I'll get a spruce slab out and put that on top. And that works a lot better. Sweet. But yeah, I put some paintings in, some barrels on the roof. Once again, I did the black shulker boxes for more storage and that sort of thing. And then I have these eggs placed all around the shelf, kind of holding these eggs. I'm not sure why these are so significant, but I do really like how they have the cayenne color on them, which matches with the warped planks. So again, it fits this nice blue, black aesthetic that I kind of went for this whole time. And then if we get to the very top of the tower, because on the very top there is a little bit more design too, all I really did was add these stairs so that you can actually walk up and see out of the watchtower. Before, this is what it would have looked like, and I hated that because this is a watchtower. You're supposed to be able to watch out for enemies and stuff and be able to shoot them down if you need to. So now you can actually jump up here and walk around this whole thing. And I also added these banners too because it was really, really dark and with all the blackstone, the polished blackstone. So I added these just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. But yeah, now you can actually jump on top of these walls and maybe even do a little bit parkour if you wanted to too, you know, like jump down, woo, and just walk around to the edge and go over here or something like that. But that is this tower right here done. I hope I didn't just switch towers in the middle of it, did I? I think, I don't know what I did right there, but I will showcase the rest of my design once I figure out what I did. And yeah, and in all honesty, I don't know why I just got that confused. We were just doing the left tower, if you guys want to know for specifics which one I was doing. And I also want to say too, that this will be on Planet Minecraft. If you guys want, there will be a link down to it down below so you guys can check out the interior decorations and get them all exactly themselves. I know I'm doing this kind of quick, but I am on kind of a time budget, as you could say, I guess. But let's go ahead, explore the right tower where I did differ things up a little bit and I got a few more awesome decorations. So if we go into this door right here and walk straight in, as you can see, I kind of did a similar style, but different all the same. I have a bunch more functionality, a bunch more different tools. You can see there's smokers in here. There's a bunch of furnaces. I still did use the wither skull and the chains, black banners, black carpet, that sort of thing, and even had the armor stand over here as well. But I also added some more different components, some different tools. There's some looms, so if you want to do some banner design, you're always welcome to do that. There's an actual upgrade gear, the smithing table, so you can get some netherite gear and that sort of thing. There's even a cartography table sneaked here in the corner. And yeah, it's kind of the same design, I would say. I mean, I've got some coal there. The one thing I regret that I don't have is the amount of storage I have. I wish I had more, because I don't know. When you're smelting stuff, it usually tends to get a little bit messy, so I wish I'd implemented a few more, carrying kind of blocks. But now that we got that done, that is the first kind of furnace room. Let's go up to the next floor, which this next floor is also a furnace room, but this is more of a kitchen than anything else. You can see that there is a pantry right here, so we can actually open these trapdoors and access these chests underneath along with the ender chest. This time we can actually open the ender chest as well. But there's not too much decoration. It's not too crazy in this one. I think I should have added a bit more, but once again, I was a little bit pushed on time. But yeah, you could actually smelt some resources over here. You got a campfire with a bunch of meat so that when you're at the table enjoying your dinner, you can actually go ahead and eat some stuff and drink from your dirty cup, your cup full of dirt. Over here, I did do this a couple times too, where I added this chain with an item frame on top. I think that kind of looks like a nice table design, so I thought that would be a cool detail to implement into this build. But I did use this painting. When I used paintings too, I used this fiery kind of painting because I think it fits the nether, and I also used the one that's just one block big and black. If I could get it up here, let me show it real quick. If we can click fast enough, there it is. So this one right here is, I use that painting and that painting a lot because I think those two really fit with the theme in this nether and the way this whole biome looks and everything. But up here, I did add a few more looms just to look like cabinets and that sort of thing, and I had some honey bottles and water bottles on the wall just to add a bit more kitchen flair to it. Now that we got that, let's go into the next one. Another design implement I added to before we go on is these warp signs. I actually do put these all over the walls. You guys might notice them. They just add a tiny bit more texture when I have a little bit too bland of a wall or something like that. This next room is probably one of my absolute favorites. It is the foliage, the brewing stand kind of room, and I absolutely love this. My little brother Pizza Boss 43 actually added suggested a few details. I came up with the main design, but he suggested a few really good ideas, like this right here. This kind of looks like sea lanterns are converging into this hopper and creating a potion, which the lantern almost looks like a blue potion that you could have. And over here, we have a red potion on the wall too. I know these are lanterns, but you know, using your imagination, that's what they could look like. And I love that idea so very, very much. I started doing this, and originally I was using glass pane and stuff like that. And then he was like, why don't you just use a lantern? And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. But And then he also suggested vines. So I added a bunch of these weeping vines and the twisting vines, and then just regular vines on the wall too, using this green carpet to create this foliage brewing stand room. I don't know why. Whenever I think of a wizard, I think of a lot of grass and dirty environment, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's how this tall, insane room turned out. Let's go on to the very last one, I think. Yeah. So up here, I did want to have one armory because the whole point of this castle gate tower is so that you can defend yourself from incoming intruders. Although, right here, it might be a terrible position for the actual towers because I don't think you'd have too many enemies coming after you. But if we go back inside, you can see what I did is I added a lot of armor stands with varying different types of armor, using some netherite armor to do a little bit of a flex too, why not? We've got a bunch of paintings, some tools on the walls, so some swords and weapons so you can actually defend yourself, and target blocks hanging here and there every once in a while. We do have barrels which you could fill up with a bunch of armory or tools, or just depending on whatever you want, maybe even some good resources like diamonds and iron, that sort of thing. But I did add an anvil in here as well, which I made it cracked just to add a tiny bit more detail. And that really is just about it, actually. We got those levers there too on the side of the wall and everything. And then on the very, very top, we kind of did the exact same thing we did over on the other tower, where you have these stairs and you can walk up and actually defend yourself from the tower if you were to see enemies coming. So I thought that was a good detail to have as well. But with that said, wow, that was a very quick video. I usually don't make videos that quick paced and that short, but I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Those were just a few of my cool interior design things that I came up with. If you guys want to have a link to it, I will have a link down in the description below if you want to download the world and check it out for yourself. But I am just about out of time and I need to start video editing and putting this all together really, really quickly. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment down below your own ideas if you want to get a shout out so I can build them and showcase them in my worlds, because that's always amazing when I hear you guys' compliments, your guys' words. It always encourages me and inspires me to do cool builds like this, like Fuzzy Flamingo did. I was very inspired to build this awesome nether gate thing. So with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in whatever the next video is, which I have no idea yet on what it's going to be. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and as always, ciao.